Hello, you hardcores out there, how you doing? Bruce here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Oh God, that was a heavy one last night. Uh, well, what can we say? We all seen it with our own eyeballs last night, didn't we? Hey, we seen it, didn't we? We saw the Eddie Hills in the blue corner, 7-0. Five by way of ripping through the division, but no footage. We seen it, didn't we? It was pretty embarrassing that show last night. So I've just made a few bullet points this morning over a cuppa. Uh, First things first, why is the lazy rhino at that show last night? Shouldn't he be resting up at home? Didn't he learn anything about burning up all his energy before? I don't think he did he really? 2 seconds. Alexa, stop. It's the only problem with that, Alexa, isn't it? When you speak, it starts putting music on. Didn't Dave Allen learn anything, about hanging around at these shows when he should be in camp? He should be more professional, be at home, resting up, and watching that show, shouldn't he, really? Or watching it this morning. Uh, Pretty embarrassing. Uh, I understand they've got a fight to sell, but it's not a pay-per-view, is it? So. It'd be interesting to see if Johnny Fisher were there last night. I bet he were in camp, but Dave Allen should be resting up. So, uh, right, let's get on with the show. Right, Dalton Smith. He fought a small guy last night, but in his next fight, he's fighting a tall guy. So, how's that good matchmaking from Tom Plankerwood Dallas? I don't know. As I said before, and I'll say it again, the box rec average were at 245 per fight last night. So that's absolute pish, innit? Absolute pish. Emmanuel Buttigieg against Grant Dennis, he won by KO. Joe Howarth won on points against Mario Valenzuela Portillo. I think jury's out on Joe Howarth yet. He's still a bit novice. He's got a long way to go, so we're not going to roast him just yet. Giorgio Visolio won by TKO against Kane Baker. Josh Padley won by TKO against Marco Civitanovic. And Josh Warrington went 10 rounds with a guy who's ranked 337 in the world. He couldn't get him out there for the simple reason he can't pull trigger, can he? Not that he could before anyway, but he can't pull trigger. Uh, doesn't look the same guy. No zip in him. He's just a classic. Josh Warrington now is just a classic fighter. This is what happens to him when people keep wheeling him out when they don't need to fight. He's a classic disaster waiting to happen, Josh Warrington, in my opinion. He's a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, why is Superbean talking about Lee Wood and Kikazi wanting the big Josh Warrington fight? The big Josh Warrington fight? How's that a big fight? How could they sell that to us? How could they sell Josh Warrington to us against Wood or Kakazi? How is that even? I don't get that. Warrington is shot to bits and he doesn't do tickets no more. So how is it the big Josh Warrington fight? He's just hype. That's why Bean's there because he's going to read the narrative that they want him to read, isn't it? It's embarrassing and shocking. Uh, he's there just to prop that show up. Well, like I said, the show weren't a sellout, and if people can't drive 30 mile to Sheffield from Leeds for Josh, there's a problem, isn't there? They would have done years ago, but shot fighter. Then we had Ryan Kelly losing a mandatory decision against Kawahim Agarko. I mean, We'll leave it at that, shall we? Main event, like I've said, Dalton Smith. He dropped that guy 3 times on way to a points win. That Matthew Germain, but was a really small, midgety guy. He's fighting a big lanky thing next. So great matchmaking from Tom Dallas. I don't think they know what they're doing with Dalton Smith. If you walk down Meadow Hall in Sheffield, I bet 5 people won't recognise him. So that's the problem we've got with Dalton Smith. But for me, Dalton Smith is not commercially viable, and he doesn't do it for me. Some of them make the Adam Azim fight the better, but they're not going to do that, are they? They're not going to do that. But getting back to Josh Warrington, I mean, he beat that Sofiane in 2019, and he's beat Kiko, hasn't he? That's his only 2 wins, apart from that last night, since 2019. You know, he beat Kiko, didn't he? For a second time, but in his last 7, he's gone 2-4-1 Warrington. But you've got Super Bean there, Adam Smith, yes, and Lee Wood and Kakazi. They want the big Josh Warrington fight. My God. Oh my God. Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at in boxing? Or we're sat there with Terry Thompson, Kell Brooks, stepdad there, and Eddie having a bit of a tete-a-tete. You won't put it past Eddie digging Kell Brook up, would you? And putting Ebony Bridges on show as well, and having Kell's baby there in crowd and all that. Oh, you can see it, can't you? Kell wanting to do it for his kid and that, and Eddie there saying, "Why should I stop him?" And that he's still got something left, so. You won't put it past Eddie wanting to dig Kell Brook up, something in pipeline there. What? I don't know. Uh, these people don't care for Kell Brook. They don't care for Josh Warrington. But it is what it is, isn't it? The hype around Whitaker and Cameron, that's the fight tonight. I think Sky have done a fantastic job with that. That's why nobody likes Ben Shalom at Queensbury and Matchroom, because look what they've done with that fight. We've got Ben Whitaker, who's a novice, right? A novice with no punch power, against Liam Cameron, a drug cheat, a 2-time drug cheat, who's done a 4-year ban. Who you'd struggle to say is English level, wouldn't you? Really, right? You wouldn't say Liam Cameron were English level. Maybe English Commonwealthish level. Look at and against. It was a drug cheat against a guy with no power who was a novice. Look how they've hyped that fight up, Liam Cameron against Ben Whitaker. It's been hyped out of control, hasn't it? On Sky, and that's the Sky machine for you, really, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to that fight tonight. But let's not get carried away. It's not a world title. A bit like Rhino against Elmer Fudd. That's not a world title fight either, is it? But sometimes some fights grip the public's imagination on social media, don't they? And it is called prize fighting. But I hope Liam Cameron does spend Whitaker tonight. I hope so. But if not, it doesn't matter. They're not paying my bills, are they? That's about it, really. Henry Wharton, message to Henry Wharton. Yeah, you're welcome on here anytime, Henry. Just drop me an email, Henry, or if somebody wants to remind Henry Wharton that he can come on channel, because apparently he said he'll come on. It's porkycorner@mail.com. That's about it, really. Okie dokie. Go on, peace out. I'm not really going to give Dalton Smith much credit today, sorry, because that fight last night was a gimme fight for him, wasn't it, really? The actual show was absolutely pony. That show was pony. 245 box rec average per fighter. Oh, they use it as the Bible, don't they? So I'll use it against them. That show was one of Eddie's lowest he's ever put on ranked, and that shows you that they're scraping barrel, aren't they? So, okie dokie. Oh, peace out. Going on an egg hunt now. Easter egg hunt. God, be interesting, won't it? Booyaka.